Guys, what is up? Welcome back to the heart of home. It is Sunday. It's currently 79 degrees with no wind. It's hazy in the sky thanks to, I think, the Canadian fires in the Sahara Desert or something crazy like that. I don't know. I'm not really a weatherman. I tell you what, I almost gave up. Come on, boy. Gave up what? You might be wondering. Well, your clue is based off of how dirty I am. I've been working my absolute tail feathers off. On Sundays, if you're new here, I am a worship leader at our church. That is my part-time job, you could say. And so Sunday mornings, we are up early. Our church is 30 minutes away, so it's not like a nearby church. We do have to trek along out to it. And that means we have to get up a little earlier than we would if it were a local church. And it just makes for really long days, long mornings. I mean, you wake up, you get going, and it's like you're work oriented for the next few hours. And it's great, but today on the way home, we don't have Silas right now. He's at a cousin's birthday party. And literally all I was thinking about was, I can't wait to play some video games. Yes, that's a fun fact about me. I really love to play some video games. And take a nap. Sunday naps they hit different, right? And we get home, I pull into the driveway and I look at the weather because I'm like, it kind of looks rainy, but like I said, I guess it's from fires in the desert. And I noticed we have a crop ton of rain in the forecast and beautiful high 70, low 80 degree weather, which is ideal for plants. The rain that's coming is, I guess, kind of off and on. It's splotchy, which again is really nice for plants because plants don't like a ton of rain all at once. It's a good way to stress them out, to get them diseased, to kill them, all sorts of things. Not the best conditions, but this splotchy off and on rain that we're about to get is perfect, which means I needed to finish this garden bed right here. As you guys have seen in previous videos, this has been completely empty. You might have noticed in some more recent ones that I've had cardboard boxes, branches, live and dead. We had yard waste from last season that we didn't take care of. And so instead of taking it to the compost center, we just dumped it in here. So yeah, this is a lot of dirt, and I've done it all by myself. So I'm very proud about that, but it was not an easy task. Ion, come here, Bubba. Are you being a little guard dog? Making sure nobody's gonna come back here and hurt Mama? I think we're safe in this neighborhood, huh? We had a couple of friends over this weekend to celebrate Caleb's golden birthday, which how many of you have actually been able to celebrate your golden birthday? I personally was 3 on mine, so I don't remember it at all, even if we did celebrate it. We had his best man, his best friend, who was his best man, over, and his fiance. And what you thought would have been a relaxing time was, I mean, in a way it was relaxing, but it was productive. They actually own a campground up in the upstate of Iowa. And the last time we were up there, Caleb helped Cody build some decks for their cabins. And so when he was down here, we're like, all right, time to get to work. So they actually finished they started, I shouldn't say finished, it's not done. They started our kitchen island inside, because again, if you're new here, we've been renovating this house for the last 1.5 years, including this beautiful yard. You do not belong there, nor do you. My leeks are coming up like crazy. They're doing really great. I just noticed the other day, I put okra in the end of this bed. Now this is actually going to be, I'm going to put the cattle panel, this guy, up right here. So that's another thing I have to go do today. I have to go get some T-posts for the cattle panel that's going here. And then we've got another one that's going to arch over there. But it is currently blocking off my blueberries and Haskell berries because some dog decided they were going to use that as their pee area. And so that is actually what has been killing off my blueberries. So I planted some okra over here, and I can't remember, I think I did Clemson spineless, which I am guessing is this one, and I think red burgundy. Now, I could have them completely backwards. These guys are coming up really quickly, and these ones haven't shown any signs. So either I have just old seeds that their germination rate has clearly decreased, or they're just slower to germinate, which is totally normal. So while the boys were working on our kitchen island, Cody's fiance, Nikki, and I we went to the farmer's market, of course, like girls do. We went and grabbed a coffee and made our way over to the farmer's market, and of course we came home with plants. So I grabbed quite a few hollyhocks. I need to go put 2 other ones in the ground over by the wildflower area. I saw them today and I was like, oh no, I forgot to put these in the ground yesterday, so I'm glad that I saw them. I really wasn't planning on harvesting these radishes. However, I haven't gotten my netting up yet. I need to go buy some netting for the low tunnel over there to hopefully keep the squirrels out. We'll see how well this works. But I noticed, I'm guessing it's probably the squirrels. This is not an insect. I would put money on this not being an insect. But something has decided to crawl into my bed and start nibbling on the radishes that are above the soil line. So any of them that were kind of bouncing out like onions do, like radishes do, I just pulled. So I'll throw these probably in a sheet pan dinner for tonight and eat them up. These small radishes I really like roasted because they taste like little potatoes. You know, like those expensive potatoes that you buy from the grocery store? That's what these remind me of. Say hello.
Hello.
I was just telling them about how much I like radishes in the oven. They taste like little expensive potatoes.
You should be telling them about how bad at parking you are.
I am a great parker. I'm really great at backing up a small trailer.
Such a parker.
Hey, you know what?
Peter.
I just told them about the farmer's market with Nikki. There was a man that complimented my parallel parking, like a 50, 60 something year old man. I parallel parked on the other side of the road, right? Like usually a parallel park on the right side, but where I was parking and the way the cars were all lined up, I went to the left, and he literally complimented me. I was very proud. They missed that part. Yeah. Whatever. I've got little broccoli heads starting. Come check it out. I've never grown broccoli before. This is awesome. Look, they're so cute. This one's probably the best one right there. Look at it. Would you just look at it? You gotta look at the head, like down in the middle.
It's right there.
You just have no reaction.
Looks like a piece of broccoli.
Don't break it open.
Kabow.
I'm hoping that they grow. Eat that one. Something was trying to eat it. I'm hoping that the cabbage grows before the little cabbage worms find them. So close. How is it? And that's for the compost.
Spicy.
Is it spicy? I don't know what this variety was. I kind of stopped tracking what I was planting. I've got a mixed variety from Organo Republic, and I just pull out random seeds and throw them in. They almost remind me of an English breakfast, but they're not as long or oval shaped as those. So after I pulled up the beds, or as I was filling them up, I just packed it down. Like I literally put my hands on it and...
Yeah, but still, when you get it wet, it's going to settle.
Yeah, that's true. And everything underneath will start to settle eventually.
Here's
But in the meantime, it's plant worthy.
BCY, BCY, LCY.
What?
Compacted cubic yards, banked cubic yards, and loose cubic yards. So you've got loose cubic yards in there, but eventually it's going to settle into banked cubic yards over time through natural drift.
Is this like construction lingo?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so
Completely
you're going to have to
foreign to
add
me.
some more on top, bring her up to grade.
A? We're not Canadian, I'm just very close to Minnesota. I need, which I think I have enough soil left in the trailer. I have a tiny amount left, enough to start my potatoes. I've been putting it off, and frankly, if I set these radishes down, I'm gonna forget them. Hey, can you take these inside?
How many hays are you going to give me?
Lots of hay. I have enough soil left on the trailer to start my potatoes, which they should be fine. It's only June 1st. I think that I'll have enough time to start them. We'll see. Let's go grab them. I think my parking job is fabulous. So you can get potato bags like this from so many places. I may have gotten these on Amazon. I'll find a link for them. I know that they're on there. But this exact one, there's a good chance it's probably from Earl May. These are great if you're trying to do like a patio or a container garden. If you live like in a condo and have a little patio outside or a balcony, these are great. I mean, they're easy to fill. And potatoes specifically really don't take a lot of soil. You just need to keep, just had a mosquito on my face. That's a bummer. You just need enough soil to keep the potatoes covered. And you don't actually have to cover them with soil. You can cover them with straw or hay if you really want to. Grass seed clippings, anything. As long as you keep your potatoes from being exposed to the sun, because it creates a toxin that just does not go well with our tummies. So just keep them covered, do what you need to, but these are really a cheap way to grow potatoes if you are in a small space like we are. So I got this bag of potatoes from Earl May. No, these are actually from Menards. They were on sale and I thought, what the heck, let's give them a try. We love red potatoes, like the baby red potatoes. This is a 5-pound seed potatoes. They may have been $5 to $10. I don't really remember. So you buy potato starts like this. They're gonna come with instructions. I mean, these are specific for seed potatoes, but if you have potatoes in your kitchen that are going bad or starting to show like the little eyes, you can absolutely plant those. The yield may be different depending on what variety, you know, how it was cultivated, blah, blah, blah. It's not gonna be as reliable as if you were just to buy the seed potato starts, but you absolutely can. So don't feel like you have to throw those potatoes away. If you have potatoes in your kitchen that are going bad and it's summertime, just go throw them out in the soil and see what becomes of it. You might get 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe small potatoes that are tender, and hey, it's better than a potato in the trash can. So if you didn't know this, there are actually determinate and indeterminate tomato, yes, there's determinate and indeterminate tomatoes, but we're talking about potatoes. It's not really as important to know if the variety you're planting is determinate or indeterminate, because you're still gonna get a very similar yield. It's just a matter of how the yield grows. So, you know, an indeterminate variety grows differently than a determinate variety. One grows, you know, deeper, one grows, right? Kind of like an indeterminate tomato plant is gonna grow taller. It's gonna continue to put off fruit kind of thing, as long as the environment allows. Well, same thing for potatoes. The plant is going to continue to grow upward as long as you continue to support it and cover the potatoes. It's going to keep going. An indeterminate or a determinate potato plant, gosh, I'm having some tongue twisters right now. A determinate potato plant is going to put the potato yields, what the heck? It's going to put the potato yield off like right at the surface, kind of more shallow. But again, it'll grow some, it'll have a little bit of depth. It just wouldn't have as much depth if you were growing an indeterminate variety. I will link below. I have an PDF, like a bit.ly PDF that you can click on in the description below if that's something that really interests you, on knowing the difference in the varieties of which is determinate and which is indeterminate.
With the moon, my arms wrapped around you.
So unfortunately, I only have enough soil to to start and fill with enough soil to start potatoes in one bag. So when I run to Menards, I'm actually just gonna stop by the compost center with my other bag and fill it up to the level that I need to do that one. But in the meantime, I'm gonna show you guys how I'm doing this with the one bag. The more you move your body, the more energy you get. When I got home, I wanted to do nothing but sleep, but as a responsible gardener, I knew that I had to get these beds filled so I could harden off my plants that are inside the next couple of days and get them out as the rain is gonna come. Because if you can get the rain to water your garden, especially when you're putting plants in and they really need some love and attention, use the rain. The rain has more natural nutrients in it than anything that we could try to recreate here with our water that we've collected. Rainwater is always best. If you're in the same position as me and you're struggling and you're really not wanting to get the work done, set a goal for yourself that is achievable, but also pushes you outside of what your body desires, which is to rest. Now, don't get me wrong, rest is good, and we do need to have boundaries between rest and work. But there's also moments like days like today where I just wanted to go sleep, to be honest, but I knew that I had a tight timeline, and as a gardener, if you know, you know, you have to get things done within a certain time frame or it's just not going to work out to the best that it could. So move your body, don't give up like I almost did. I decided to work and not take a nap. And in the end, that means delicious food grown right here in my backyard that I didn't have to buy and isn't sprayed with stuff. So I've got a good probably 3 to 4 inches in the bottom of this bag. I've had these bags going on 3 years, I think. So the thing with potatoes is that you'll see people doing this differently. Some people have only one eye on each little piece that they plant in the ground, and some people just throw the entire potato, which can have, you know, 4 to 7 eyes on it. And it's really, it doesn't matter. What matters is your preference when it comes to harvesting. So for example, we really prefer the smaller potatoes. We're not growing for bulk. We definitely are not growing to have a sustainable amount of potatoes for the year, right? We just don't have the space or the means to do that right now. Maybe eventually we could have enough of these potato bags lined, you know, in a certain area of our house, but that's not our focus right now. So if you prefer to have a large potato, then yes, you would probably want to plant 1 to 2 eyes per spud that you are actually putting into the ground. And what that does is that it creates there's less competition in the area that you are planting. But if you're to plant an entire potato like we are, which will probably have multiple eye starts on that single potato, there's gonna be more competition, which means the potatoes are gonna be smaller. Okay, so here's what we got. All of those little offshoots there that you see are all coming out of different eyes on this potato. So I'm just gonna be planting 3 of these in here. That's really gonna push the space in here. But again, one, this is more fun because harvesting, harvesting is almost like going on a treasure hunt. I think harvesting potatoes is probably one of my favorite things to do, which is unfortunate that I can't grow it vertically, because that is kind of the main thing that we focus on in the garden. Being a suburban homestead is, we don't have a lot of space. And so we have to garden vertically as much as we can. So yeah, it's as easy as that. The biggest thing with growing anything in containers or in these potato sacks is just to make sure that the soil stays moist, because unlike in a large garden bed or in an in-ground garden bed, it has more exposure to the elements, the wind, the sun, the heat, which means it's going to dry out faster. So keep it watered, keep everything covered. As soon as you start to see the foliage come up, continue to support it with dirt, straw, hay, grass clipping, whatever you prefer. Because we have free access to wood chips and compost, I'm probably just going to be continuing to cover it with compost, but I'll keep you guys filled in on that. I might peep in on them during our garden tours. All right, y'all, I got to finish running my errands so that I can have a relaxing evening with my husband and Silas here soon. He's going to be coming home shortly, but more importantly, I need to go run my errands before I have, you know, housewife responsibilities. So thank you guys for being here. I'll catch y'all on the next one. See ya.